Hello everyone, I'm Hannah Crowe and this is Angus Files and we are last year's head boy and head girl. Welcome to our first in-person prize giving since 2019.
So, being the head boy and head girl for the entirety of last year was at least a very full-on experience, but I think one of the main things which I got from the entire experience was the ability to express confidence. Because when we got our very first role, within, I think it was about 2 weeks of being selected, we met Princess Anne, which was a very, very high-profile event and very, very stressful. But the one thing which I thought was so shocking was that when I met them, they were very relatable people. And when we were touring them around and giving our wee little history of the school, they shared so much experience and insight. And for me, the one thing, and the reason why it was so shocking was because I realized that these people had no problem in expressing their experiences with complete strangers. And I took that on, and only throughout the rest of the year, that confidence to express my ability only grew, because I had a lot of confidence in my own ability, but absolutely no confidence to express it. And when it came to sports day, we had a huge break over the summer, and when we came back, we had the sports day to organize and arrange, and again, it was very frantic. We only had 2 weeks to do it, but we pulled together as a team, me and the rest of the SPLT, and we organized an amazing day. On the day, I remember it was really sunny. We had this parade around the Mossfield pitch, and just seeing all these young athletes performing at their absolute peak was just incredible. And to see it all come together so wonderfully, just through organization and clear communication throughout the team, was just amazing. And again, the one thing which I built from that experience was the ability or the confidence to express my ability. And then from those two big events, probably built up, or they were the building blocks, towards the last proper event which I did, which was the Dance Show 2022, the first in-person event since 2019 for this school. And before I got up on stage, I was so stressed out. I was pacing just up outside there, up and down all day, just thinking about everything that I had memorized. And when I got up on stage, I could just feel this nervous, this really big tension as I looked out across the crowd. But the one thing that I noticed was that it all just went. And the reason for why it all went so suddenly was just due to that building of confidence throughout that entire year. And that's why I want to say this. Thank you, and genuinely from the bottom of my heart, thank you to all the mentors that I've had throughout this year. Not just for teaching me the things that I needed to get my grades, for the things which I learned, the life lessons that I got, because those life lessons will forever be of use to me, and I cannot express my gratitude for that. So thank you, and I'll pass you on to Hannah.
I have thoroughly enjoyed my year as head girl and I have learned a lot, especially that hard work pays off. At the start of the year, we went on a team bonding day to vertical descents, as we couldn't go on the Loch Eel week-long trip due to COVID restrictions. We still had a magic day out and definitely made the SPLT much closer. One of the tasks was climbing up a cliffside, and all we were attached to was 2 carabiners. I have a fear of heights, and this challenge really pushed me out of my comfort zone. I'm still traumatised from it. Cheers, Miss Jackson. We were lucky enough to have another team bonding day, but this time it was to Braehead, where we played laser tag, which was so fun and really made us work together, as we had to be tactical in order to win. To be honest, I think the teachers enjoyed it more than us. Throughout the year, we attended PTA meetings to ensure pupil views were represented, and also attended meetings with local councillors to discuss issues that arised. This has made me more confident at speaking to different people and gave me a great insight to what leader is. A new initiative this year the SPLT were involved in, alongside Mr. Bain, was the introduction of regular podcasts, which highlighted current issues. This helped to improve our communication and ICT skills. Unfortunately, our jingles was cancelled, so at the end of last year, we had a summer prom, which the SPLT planned. We chose the DJ, the band, the colour scheme, the venue, and all the decorations. This really made us work together, as we had to have it all done by a deadline, which put our time management to the test. In the end, it all came together, and I would say it was a very successful night. I have to say, one of the best things to come out of my time as part of the SPLT is that I've made some lifelong friends, and I'm really going to miss our third period meetings, which I promise was not just us eating biscuits and drinking tea with Mrs. Jackson. I'd like to say a big thank you to Mr. Bain, Mrs. Jackson, and all the other staff for all the support and guidance over the last 6 years in helping to prepare us for our next chapter. Finally, we would like to wish the new SPLT good luck in their roles this coming year, and I promise we aren't jealous that you haven't got COVID restrictions. I'd like to pass over to Mr. Bain.
Thanks very much to Angus and Hannah for reinforcing what I was going to say, and I didn't see their speech beforehand, so it's quite handy. But it's maybe something that is within or I hope it is within every youngster that goes through Oban High School, what I'm about to tell you. But I'm going to open with a theme for this evening, and that theme for this evening in terms of my speech. Normally my speeches last for 48 minutes, and I was told to cut it down to 38 today, so get comfy. I'm okay. So my theme today is on the pride that I have for the young people and the not so young people in our school community. Pride of a community that has bonded together very well, in my view, to support not only our children, but to support each other through very trying times. We're probably fed up hearing about COVID, but it is something that we have to mention within this wee talk, because the youngsters that are sitting here have gone through a few, and at least 2, exceptionally difficult years where the chopping and the changing of qualifications and assessment, the chopping and the changing of school routines, and the stress that is brought or was brought by the COVID years into our home lives and our school lives has been immense. And yet our children, and not just the ones who are sitting collecting the prizes tonight, but our children on the whole across our school community have, I think, done remarkably well to cope with these stresses and strains, have done remarkably well to attain over the last couple of years the level of success, both academic and vocational and experiential, a bit like what Angus was saying, to the point where they're ready to make their way in the world. And through a combination of other societal factors, there is a huge number of opportunities, even although it doesn't always seem that way at the current economic times that we face. There is a huge number of opportunities for our young people to go off into the workplace. And our youngsters are grasping these opportunities, and they're grasping them with not only their academic qualifications they've attained, but they're grasping them with the skills that they have learned through their time in Oban High School, and their skills that they've attained through various ventures across our community. They're grasping these opportunities with communication skills, with interpersonal skills, with IT skills, with an ability to recognise that the whole child, the whole young person, the whole adult has to have that in their locker to be successful. And I'm proud that we have achieved that on the whole, for the most part, with most of our youngsters and our staff, because it fulfills the vision that's on the wall, a vision that is oft repeated to you and has been for many, many years, that we should strive to get the community members the best possible qualifications, whether that's youngsters or staff, but to also nurture and develop their emotional, vocational skills and experiences. And the reason I'm dwelling on this particular point is I'm going to share with you something that we launched today on behalf of the Scottish Government in Oban High School. And that is that there is an independent review group has been established by the Scottish Government, although it's independent. It's being led by a Professor Louise Hayward, and I would urge you to keep an eye on that. It's a review of the qualifications and assessments that we all sit and have sat for many years, and affects this prize giving, and affects the young people in this room. In fact, will affect everybody in this room, especially if you're a business, for example. The review of the qualifications and assessment is an opportunity to consider that perhaps overly concentrating on a small suite of courses and assessing our worth based on a percentage of these small courses is important, but not enough for the 21st century. The types of experiences that Angus and Hannah together, very differently, but together, exemplified in their learning, all these experiences and all these learning opportunities that all our youngsters, not just the head boy and head girl on the senior pupil leadership team, are offered. These experiences are what are now going to open up the doors. I am fortunate enough to be the school's representative on that independent review group. There's a representative from the CBI, there's a representative from universities, there's a representative from colleges, there are 2 parent reps, there's 2 young person reps, and together we have to have individual networks where we don't just give our own personal views, we seek the views of others in order to shape a change in the qualifications and assessment that we're involved in. So instead of just having National 4, National 5, higher, etc., we are looking at listening to your views about how can we best measure the success of young people. And it's not just whether they got 90% on a history test. It's what are the skills that the workplace and society need, and how do we measure them? And I'm very proud that our young people, every youngster and every teacher and support staff member in the school today took part in one of the first evaluative exercises about how we're going to move forward with it. And I'm using this as an opportunity to encourage parents to also have a voice in that. And I will share the links. This exercise is going to last for about 6 months, and I'd like to share the links with you and encourage you to follow the consultation, follow the debate, and put your tuppence worth in, because you will have a say at that top table as long as you put in your tuppence worth. But this is an exciting time. This is a complete change of the qualifications and assessment framework for the whole country, and we are right up there leading that change to a large degree, or having our voice heard at the leadership stage of that debate. So I'd like to encourage you to get involved in that. And I'm proud in the way in which our youngsters were so vocal and so varied in the suggestions that they were putting forward today. And they've done that because we're not just teaching them about academic subjects, we're teaching them confidence skills, and we're teaching them to be innovative, ideally, etc. So I'd like to encourage you to do that, if you don't mind, and support not only Oban High School and Oban High School pupils, but also the whole of Scottish education. So thanks very much. Now, I did say that my theme was in 2 parts, and one was in pride about how well our community is moving forward despite the trials that we've been facing, and my other is a thanks. Now, there will be an official vote of thanks at the end, but I want to make my thanks very clear. The successes in both the academic endeavours and the gaining of experiences that I've just outlined by our youngsters, they don't come easily. The academic attainment doesn't come easily. The learning all these new skills, that's not easy either. And definitely getting a prize at prize giving ahead of other people who have done very, very well, remarkably well as well, is certainly not easy. And it comes through the hard work and the dedication of all our young people. It comes through the hard work and the commitment of the teachers and support staff who help the youngsters progress through their courses, help them with their exams, with their coursework, with nurturing them, because as we go through hardship, we're required to provide care for our young people as well. So it's not just the academic teaching staff, it's also the pastoral care staff that all play an equal part in ensuring that our youngsters are successful. So I'd like to thank the youngsters for their commitment, dedication and talents. I'd like to thank all the staff of Oban High School for their commitment and dedication. And I'd like to also put on the platform all the businesses, all the organisations, all the community partners, all the volunteers who give up so many hours, whether it's looking after one youngster or giving one youngster an experience in a workplace, or whether it's taking a whole team worth of youngsters in a sporting activity, or whether it's taking them on an outward bound or a Duke of Edinburgh experience and the local communities helping with that. Whether it's our primary schools taking in our youngsters to work with other youngsters, because that's an experience worth having that helps them move forward with so many aspects of their life. I'd like to thank all these partners. Without that partnership, Oban High School would not be famed across the country as providing the broadest curriculum in Scotland. Our school offers over 90 different subjects, but we do not do that by ourselves. We rely on people like Argyll College. We rely on the universities. We rely on local businesses and organisations to support that endeavour. But over 90 courses. To give you an idea of how remarkable that is, an average is probably in the 30s. But thanks to our partners, we offer our youngsters the opportunity to go down a unique path that they wish to do, rather than just a path that's available to them. And I'd like to thank the partners for that. And I'd like to end my thanks with a thanks to the family and the friends of all our young people. Because I said that life was tough, and I've talked about the socio-economic problems that we're all facing just now, and I've talked about the problems that COVID brought to our home life as well as our school life. And our youngsters sometimes hide their emotions very well, and they hide the stresses very well often. Sometimes they don't. And teenagers are not always desperate to go and tell mum and dad or whoever what's going on. And but they are struggling at times. And sometimes they just need that support that you provide to get them through. And then it's not just getting them through, the support that you provide, family and friend members of the community. You don't just get them through. You allow them to race towards that finishing line. You allow them to achieve the best possible qualifications that they can, achieve that wider range of experiences that they do, as discussed earlier. It's thanks to you that they have that emotional support as well as the academic and the experience support that we give them. It's a collective effort. It's a partnership. And there's three parts, three pretty obvious parts to that. The youngsters, the staff, and the community partners. So I'm going to just end my wee bit before we go on and celebrate the individual success of so many by saying thank you very much, because without your support, without your encouragement, without your talent, dedication and commitment, our youngsters wouldn't be sitting here collecting awards. So thank you very much to you all. And I'm going to now pass over to our first guest, who's Roddy McCuish, former councillor, former Deputy Provost and former Chair of the Area Committee. Thank you very much, everyone. I'll pass over to Roddy.
Thank you very much, Peter. It's a great pleasure to be here this evening. I've spoken to many audiences during my career as a politician at all levels, and all politicians will tell you the ultimate accolade is to be invited to say a few words at your old school prize giving. I was fortunate to do so at Doonbeg many years ago, and I am here this evening, and I am deeply honoured to be with you to share some of my life experiences. That's those I can talk about. I did attend Oban High School, but unfortunately not as often as I should have. In actual fact, I had the best tan in second year, enjoying the joys of the back beach at Doonbeg. I came to Oban High School at 12 and left at 16 with absolutely no qualifications. Saying that, I won a prize one year amongst my classmates for being the best at helping the janitor pick up litter and emptying the old boiler room that we used to get down to take hot ashes out. And that came to an abrupt end when I put the ashes into a plastic bin and the fire brigade were then called. The way classes were set up in my day, it was A to G, A being the most academically gifted, and down the alphabet you went. I was an F, purely because G was a girls' class. Teaching must have been a nightmare for teachers in these days, and we behaved as we were expected to behave, not very well at all. And I spent most of third year on the playing fields of Lochawolin. That, unfortunately, suited the teacher and suited us. I have many friends to this day from a third year, some very good sportsmen indeed. Some went on to represent their country, believe it or not, but unfortunately it was in the Inter-Prison Cup. Regrets about my time in school? Absolutely. When you get that label put upon you, it's so hard to get rid of. A lot of was my own fault, fully understand that. Who knows, with a little bit of encouragement and maybe some understanding of what home life might have been like for some of my classmates, perhaps the future would have been different for them. On leaving school at 16, I got a job as an apprentice glassblower, and before you say it, I know what you're thinking, plenty hot air there. It didn't last very long. I went to work in what was known as the big shed on the railway pier, boiling up huge baskets of clams for the process workers and putting them onto massive metal tables. These delightful, gentle females were on a thing called piecework, and they all got paid on what they earned. And woe betide any of us that we never got these tables stocked up with the stuff. At the end of the shift, it was all right for them, and they could cover themselves in perfume and go on their own way. And unfortunately I couldn't, but I always got a seat in the bus, believe you me, and had to get changed in the garden shed at home. But I'm proud to say I've never been out of work. I was standing at the station one Friday after work when a gentleman I knew vaguely came along saying, "I hear you're not bad at football, would you like to come to training?" And that encouragement and that light bulb moment I'll always remember. And the interest was really good to someone to take an interest. Responsibility, teamwork, don't let your teammates down, and always do your very best. I then moved to Australia for a while with my then girlfriend Marion, who's been my wife for the last 40 years. We're fortunate to have 3 children and 4 grandchildren. I'll just briefly touch on my 3 children, who are all completely different. My oldest, Campbell, who some of you may know, is a chef in Sweden. And Campbell had a bit of a reputation in Oban High School. Nice boy, but a bit of a reputation. Wasn't sticking in at his studies, so we decided that we'd get him a job as a milkman. During school, starting work at 3 in the morning, finishing at 7:30 in February. And we thought, this will really sicken him, he'll stick in at school. But unfortunately, after a month, Campbell came home and said, "I want to be a milkman." As I say, he's now working as a very successful chef in Sweden. My middle son, Michael, went to Edinburgh University, got an honours degree in English, and now has his own business in New York. And my daughter, Jennifer, is a member of staff in Oban High School, and believe you me, she's the one that's very much in charge of these 2. Also spent a few years in Bavaria, in southern Germany, fantastic experience. But I took the hint one Christmas when my mother gave me a suitcase for a present, so the writing was on the wall there, I'm afraid. Always planned to return to Oban, and I had no difficulty finding work again. I got a job with the Royal Mail, and I can just hear my old headmaster now saying, "Marcus, you'll end up walking the streets of Oban," which I did. I was in the post office some 19 years and had worked all over Oban Lawn and the Isles. listening to people every day about lots of things that concern them. This prompted me in 2007 to try for the council. I delivered to a local MSP's office, so I said to them, I'd like to try for the council. They said, of course, they would help as much as they could. And they asked, do you want to be a groundsman or do you want to be in the road squad? There again, that label showed once more. I said, no, I would like to be an elected member. And they said, well, unfortunately, Roddy, it's a long process. We have people in place. But after a meeting of what I called the Politburo at the time, I managed to get the nomination and was successful in the 2007 elections and get elected, which was an absolutely fantastic honour for me. I served for 5 years, again went in 2012, and was fortunate to be returned again. This time as leader of the SNP in Argyll and Bute. I formed an administration to lead the council. Unfortunately, it did not last for very long, but that's for another day, or maybe my book when it comes out. I was elected leader twice between 2012 and 2017, and for various reasons they never worked. I was also confirmed as the SNP's prospective parliamentary candidate for Westminster, but unfortunately, again, to a difference of opinion, that was withdrawn. I think I dodged a bullet with that one. I stood in 2017 as an independent and got more votes than I did in my previous term. I became the policy lead for roads and infrastructure and finished up with the great honour of being Deputy Provost of Argyll and Bute. I also, at this moment, am the chair of ACHA, which is it's the 8th biggest housing association in the whole of Scotland. This is a quick whistle-stop tour of my career, and I really do believe it's how you do things that matters successfully more than the job you do. In my opinion, it's all about character and attitude, and I would urge anyone that's listening, be the most helpful person in the room and the one with the most hope. You will be the one with the most influence. Step up, say yes, take opportunities, embrace responsibility, do not avoid it. You can all make a difference, each and every one of you. And this is coming from someone who can't count, can't spell, has trouble writing, and can't even tie his own tie. This is my grandson's Alfie tie I've got on, and he's in first year, so he needs it back tomorrow. And I salute every single one of the pupils of what you've achieved, either academically or practically. So go and make a difference. And please grasp every opportunity that comes your way. Your future is in your hands. But remember, we need good people, not just smart people. Thank you very much for listening.
Next we have Gregor and Francesca Warnock, who are going to do a brass duet.
I'd now like to welcome Mr. Green onto the stage to present the awards for English, and then also Elaine Robertson, who was our former councillor for Oban, North and Lorne, to also present the awards for English. Thank you.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. My part starts with an apology to those people that saw me walking through the door and said, yes, there's a magician tonight. Sadly, it's just me, the head of English. So, speaking of magic, let's just celebrate some. So, I have 3 awards to go for National 5. The first one goes to an S5 candidate who sat National 5 this year, and she's a prime example and symbol of how patience and perseverance can really pay off, coming out with a fantastic grade of an A, and that one goes to Emma Cato. The next one is for an S4. I had the honour of teaching this particular person, and it's very, very rare that this happens, but this person managed to get 30 marks out of 30 for their folio piece, which is a piece of coursework that they pain over for months and months and months. And this person also got equal marks in terms of the highest marks in the year group, as well as the person that comes after them. And this person is Molly Dougal. The other S4 that got equal marks to Molly and a fantastic grade as well and performed phenomenally in the exams and is a prime example of natural talent at English, and I hope has skipped leg day today compared to the amount of times he's going to be probably coming up here, is Ewan Dowd. There's one award for higher English this year, a phenomenal outcome by a person that is truly talented at the subject as a natural flair, and that is Ruby Heritage Crab. For advanced higher English, there is again just one candidate who, by her own admission, would probably say that there were times where she didn't know whether it was going to go well or not. And what is truly beautiful about this is that myself, as well as her teachers, knew all along that she was capable. And now this just proves it, and that is Ishbel Mackay. There is only one other award that comes under the English department this evening, unless the circumstances have changed. This person isn't here tonight, and this is for the MPA Journalism Award, and that is Manahil Riaz. But let's give her a round of applause anyway. I'd now like to pass over to Lauren Morrison for the Languages Awards.
So these are the prizes for languages. So for National 5 French, Eva Benetti. And for Higher French, Edie Elliott. Arstide Gaelic Luchionsachi, Higher Gaelic Learners, Fiona Cruikshank. Agus Cudjochs on Gaelic Luchionsachi, Nation de Coig, so also for Gaelic Learners, National 5, Ashlyn Duncan. I haven't perfected my Spanish enough for this one, so I'll do this one in English. For National 5 Spanish, Lauren Gibson. Agus dachu síle acanies on Gaelic Fluentich, so we've got 2 other awards for Gaelic Fluent. So at National 5, Marsley Coulthard, and at Arstide at Higher, Loden MacLeod. Tap alive, and I'd now like to invite Damien Heaney to award the prizes for business design and technology.
Thank you, Lauren. I'll not do any jokes along the Matt Green thing, but he is wearing the top half than my bottom half, so we're fine, we're going with that. So I'd like to invite Edie coming up. She won the Nat 5 award for admin and IT. Well done, Edie. And we now have Mary McCorkadale, who takes the Higher Award for Admin and IT. Well done. Well done, well done. The next award goes to Natalie Lopez. It is the Business Education of the Wiltshire Trophy for endeavour and working across all the subjects within our faculty. So well done, Natalie. Natalie Lopez. Well done, you. Next up, Nat 5 Business Management is Daisy Dugdale. Well done. Congratulations. Next we have, after a lot of tears and snorters throughout the year, we have Kate Findlay, who won the Higher Prize for Business Management. Congratulations. We now go on to the Computing Science Award for Higher. We pass on to Dylan. Dylan Howe. I don't know. We're doing the hanging over the desk thing, I think. The next award is the Hopper Award for Excellence in Computing Science, and it's been awarded to Caitlin Mackay. Well done. Well done, Caitlin. Good on you. Moving on, we now go to the National 5 Computing Science Award, goes to Callan McGuigan. Dylan, good lads. William Sykes couldn't be with us this evening. He has also, because he got the exact same award as Dylan, he is up for the Higher Computing Science Award, but William couldn't be with us tonight, so well done, William. Now moving on to our tech department, we have Emily Aldwinkle, who has taken the prize for Higher Graphic Communication. Well done, Emily. Again, Ronan Jackson Stark won the Advanced Higher Prize for Graphic Communication, but can't be with us this evening. And again, I think you're going to hear this name a few times this evening. It was just, it's lovely because it's one of the sons of one of our teachers here. So, Cal McGuigan for Nat 5 Graphic Communications. Well done, Cal. And the final award from the Business Design Technologies Department is for National 5 Practical Woodwork, and that goes to Ewan Dodd. I'd now like to hand over to Kirstine Binney from our support department.
Each year, the Alexander MacLeod Memorial Award for Resilience is awarded to a pupil from the support department. This award is presented in memory of one of our pupils, Alexander MacLeod, who passed away in 2020 from a serious health condition. This year's winner has demonstrated the same resilience that Alexander was known for, and he's not only coped with the challenge of coming to high school, but also living away from home in Glencruiton Hostel. He is an amazing young man who's inquisitive, caring, and quite simply a credit to his family. So this year, the Alexander MacLeod Memorial Award for Resilience is awarded to Alex Roberts. And now Murray Hamilton will come and present the Health and Wellbeing Awards.
Good evening, everybody. I have awards across a number of different subjects that we cover in health and wellbeing. Sadly, a number of people aren't able to make it, and they happen to be all prize winners this evening under exercise and fitness, which is a new course. So I'd just like to recognise them, and then we'll move on with the people that are present. A new trophy this year, known as the Connor Cup for Endeavour in Exercise and Fitness, has been awarded to Isla Taylor this evening, who can't be with us. And for the award for the best marks in exercise and fitness, it is shared between Rosie Darin and Ellie McInnes, who also can't be with us. The next prize is for National 5 Physical Education, and this is a shared prize again between two boys who, funnily enough, are outside playing football. And they didn't want to miss their football training to come to prize giving. So their priorities are much in line with mine. Shared prize for National 5 PE is between Logan Black and Sean Drummond. The next award is the Jim Lay Award for Sports Coaching. This award is in memory of James Lay, who was the principal teacher when I started teaching at Open High School, and he sadly passed away in 2011. This Sports Coaching Award is now linked to the new course we deliver for sports development, and there's one prize winner for both this year, which is Kate Finlay. Higher Physical Education Prize and the Moncrief Cup this year goes to Andrew Boyle. The National 5 Dance Award goes to Daisy Dugdale. Each year at our Highland Games, which is held in August, immediately after the Gaelsha gathering, we award a trophy for the most successful Highland dancer throughout the season. And nearly every year for the past few years at least, our winner hasn't been present because they're always dancing at Cowell on that day. Although I'm delighted she's here this evening to receive the Highland Dancing Trophy, Eva McCall. The next prizes are for Health and Food Technology. The National 5 Award this evening goes to Michael Beaton. The higher award for Health and Food Technology goes to Rachel McCormick. That's why you got the higher food tech and not the PE prize, Rachel. The National 5 prize for practical cookery, and she's so good I'm getting her to bake my daughter's birthday cake, goes to Nicola McNiven. And I'd now just like to hand over to Ian Fulton from the Science Faculty.
The first of the science prizes, we'll do the biology prizes first, and the first one is the National 5 Biology Prize, which goes to Ewan Dowd. The Advanced Higher Biology Prize goes to Mo Inno. The Higher Biology Prize goes to Belle van den Groendaal. The National 5 Chemistry Prize, we struggled to split between two people for this one, and the first recipient of that award is Ewan Dowd again. The Higher Chemistry Prize goes to Edie Elliott. The next prize this evening is the John Porter Prize. Many of you in the room will have been taught by John Porter, will definitely have known John Porter, who sadly passed away just before we moved into this new building. In his memory, we created a prize which is given to the person that we feel has shown the most dedication, commitment and hard work in chemistry over the past year. And this year we award that to Eva McCall. The actual prize itself is quite a big, delicate prize, so we haven't actually brought it up onto the stage, but as you leave this evening, if you look at the trophy cabinets on the way out, it should be easy to spot as it's an old piece of science equipment which has been cleaned up for it, but it breaks quite easily if you try to move it, so we didn't bring it up on the stage. The next prize this evening is the Advanced Higher Chemistry Prize, which goes to Evie McGilvery. Who's not here. I mentioned earlier the National 5 Chemistry Prize was split between two people. The second recipient of that is Callan McGuigan, who has also won the National 5 Physics Awards as well. As well as the traditional science subjects of biology, chemistry and physics, in the science department we also work with geography to deliver environmental science. This year that award is given to Ewan McPherson, who unfortunately can't be with us this evening. One of the prizes I really enjoy giving out every year is the SAMS Award for Outstanding Achievement in Science. This is given to the person that we feel has shown great commitment and hard work and has achieved very well academically across all the sciences. And a name that you've heard several times already this evening. This year that award goes to Ewan Dowd. The Physics Award at Advanced Higher level this year goes to Mary Ingalls. And the final Science Award this evening is for Higher Physics, and that goes to Belle van den Grundel.
Next we have the Traditional School of Music, who will be playing some reels for us. Thank you.
evening, I'm delighted tonight to announce the awards for social subjects and RME. The first award tonight goes to Finlay McKinnon for higher geography. Well done. The prize for advanced higher geography goes to Ewan McPherson, who unfortunately isn't with us tonight. The prize for National 5 geography goes to Callan McGuigan. Moving on to history, the prize for higher history goes to Anna MacDonald. The prize for National 5 history goes to Katrina McFarlane. We have a shared prize for higher history, and Julia MacLeod has also won the prize. The Ryan McAllister Prize for History has been won by John Turnbull. Unfortunately, he's not with us. Oh, he is? Excellent. So, John, if you want to come up, please. The prize for advanced higher history goes to Maisie van de Grondel. Our prize moving on to modern studies, we've got the prize for higher modern studies, which is Grace Charlton, but again, unfortunately, she's not with us tonight. Prize for advanced higher modern studies goes to Angus Files. The prize for National 5 Modern Studies goes to Mark Taylor. Moving on to religious, moral and philosophical studies, we have Eva Benetti for National 5. And we have Elena Cameron for higher RMPS, which is easier to say. The senior prize for geography, the Carrigale Prize, was won by Rowan Carr. Unfortunately, she's not here, but she picked it up yesterday and was delighted to win it. And the final prize for social subjects in RMPS goes to National 5 Travel and Tourism, Rory Thompson, who I believe isn't here tonight, so congratulations to all our winners. Thank you.
I am the PT of DYW at Ashling Clark, and we deliver a raft of qualifications both in pathways and across the school with our foundation apprenticeship programme. We started off just delivering foundation apprenticeship in business. We have now moved on to engineering, and we are also delivering a foundation apprenticeship in construction, and we are absolutely sure that we will be delivering more in the future. I'm absolutely particularly delighted that the two prize winners for the foundation apprenticeship in engineering are both women, which says a lot for the calibre of the teaching in the school, right across the school in all the different departments that feature in the engineering thing. Kate Home, Mary Ingalls. Kate is going on to do a graduate apprenticeship at BAE Systems, and Mary Ingalls is going to St Andrews University, and I'm sure you'll agree they'll have very bright futures in engineering. Katie Cook achieved the prize, the Foundation Apprenticeship Prize for Business, and unfortunately she can't be here tonight. And Jake Campbell achieved the Foundation Prize for Construction. So if we give them a round of applause. Mary McCorkadale has achieved the prize for Outstanding Achievement in Pathways, and Mary is going on to study music teaching at Aberdeen University. Claire McCaskill achieved in the Pathways class part self-studied and part taught higher philosophy, which is an outstanding achievement. It's a very difficult higher, and she got a band 1A. So a big round of applause for Claire, who also can be with us. Brian Maynard can't be with us tonight, but he achieved the Endeavour Prize for his work in the Foundation Apprenticeship in Engineering. And the final prize tonight is the Terry Donovan Prize. Many of you will remember Terry Donovan. She had three children that went through this school, and she was a stalwart of the Parent Council, along with being a committed member of our wider community in many different forms, whether it was fundraising, the environment, anything that she was passionate about, and she demonstrated citizenship and volunteering at the highest level. And when she passed away, some of her colleagues in the Parent Council were very keen to sponsor a prize, and the winner of this prize this year is Jodie Anderson. Jodie does a huge amount of volunteering in the community, and nothing is too much of a problem for her in school either. So a big round of applause for Jodie Anderson on receiving the Terry Donovan Prize. I'd like to pass on to the PT of Maths, Ian McLean.
Good evening, everybody. So we'll get to it with the FJ Mackenzie Prize for Advanced Higher Maths, which is being awarded to Mary Ingalls. This year's been quite unique for the Maths department, where this is our first time presenting the Higher Applications of Maths course, and this year the prize winner for that is Edward Coltham, who can't be with us tonight, so a round of applause for him. We have two prize winners for National 5 Applications of Maths. First up is Angus Cumming. And also for National 5 Applications of Maths, Joe McVicker. Okay. We also have two prize winners for National 5 Mathematics. First up is Finlay Brown. Our other prize winner for National 5 Maths is Caelan Shores, who sadly can't be with us tonight. Our final award for mathematics, which is also joint between two people, which was quite hotly contested over this last year, is for higher mathematics, is between Edie Elliott and Dylan Howe. Okay, I think I'm handing over to Aileen Jackson, who will be presenting the awards for the Expressive Arts Department. Thank you all.
Okay, the wonderful Fiona Leadbeater, who's the principal teacher of Expressive Arts, is sadly not very well, so I'm going to fill in for her tonight. So, the first Expressive Arts Award is for Higher Art and Design, and that's awarded to Edie Elliott. And for Advanced Higher Art and Design, we have Sarah Garvin. Okay, and on to National 5 Art and Design, and the winner is Lauren Robinson. Now, on to the drama prizes. Unfortunately, the winner of the Higher Drama Award is not with us. That's Edward Colton, but let's give him a round of applause. And the winner of the National 5 Drama Prize is Aisling Duncan. Okay, on to our music awards, and the first recipient is someone who has given us a real treat tonight. He played beautifully with his sister, and this is the Haydock Prize for Most Improved Senior Instrumental Player, and that goes to Gregor Warnock. Okay. The next prize is the Southern Quake for music, and that is Megan Day. On to the National 5 Award for Music, and the recipient is Aisling Duncan. Okay, the Advanced Higher Award for Music goes to Mary McCorkadale. The next music prize is the Higher Music Prize, which is awarded to Joshua Mitchell. Okay, and jointly winning the National 5 Music Award, we have Hattie Pollard. Okay, unfortunately not with us. We have two pupils who won our Higher Photography Prize. This was the first year that we presented in Higher Photography, and it's fast become a very, very popular course. So the joint winners of that award are Lena Kardash and Alice Pollard. So please give them a round of applause. Okay, and last but certainly not least for the Expressive Arts, this is a very prestigious award. It's the Art Cup, which has been awarded to Ruby Heritage Crab.
Before just getting on to this last thing, I'm just going to go slightly off script here. Obviously the whole point of tonight is celebrating the awards and the achievements which everyone gets. But I want to shed light on something else, a thing called hard work. See, hard work is more than just simply sitting down at a desk, going out and training, or doing anything like that. Hard work is about going those long nights when everyone else is asleep and you're probably the only one awake, working into the late night. It's also about those sacrifices you've got to make along the way. Because when working hard and when trying to achieve something, you've got both an angel on your shoulder and you've got this wee little devil. Now, the angel is sitting there telling you, no, work hard. Go get what you need to get. Because it will open opportunities and doors for you could never imagine. But then you got that devil on your shoulder. Now that devil, mischievous wee little guy, he'll sit there and he'll tell you, no, sit back, it's fine, relax, do what you want to do, don't work hard. And the thing which really builds an individual and really defines hard work is someone who can listen to that angel, that thing calling them, that goal they set. That is what defines a hardworking person. Whether you get an A, a B, or a C, it does not matter. The fact is that you tried your hardest. You gave it your all. That's all you could ever want. And I'm telling you, if you go in life with the optimism and the mind that you have given it your all and that's all you can do, I promise you, you will achieve your goals and you will get the grades you want. And sometimes you'll slip, sometimes you'll fail, but we're all human, we make mistakes. It's part of the process. It's part of developing and becoming the person we need to be. So, can we just get a round of applause for the hard work put in by all the students, guys? Unreal. And now, I'm going to pass it on to Kirsty Baxter, who is going to be, who is the Senior Vice President of the Rotary Club of Oban, and she will be presenting the Award of Endeavour to Eleanor Cameron.
Next, the string group will play for us.
My name is Julia McLeod and I'm the new head girl for Oban High School this year.
Hi everyone, my name is Dylan Howe and I'm Oban High School's new head boy for this year. Along with Julia and our senior pupil leadership team, our aim this year is to work on improving aspects of the school through a pupil perspective. To do this, we plan on improving our relationship within the school and our community. We want to do this through promoting more charitable events and making mental health our #1 priority.
Our leadership this year is focused on our team of 8 clan leaders as we work together to promote our school's ethos within the community. This year, we are especially excited to host an international pupil leadership conference where we collaborate with schools from Scotland and Norway on how to be successful leaders.
We would now like to award last year's Senior Pupil Leadership Team with prizes to recognise their outstanding achievements. First up, we have Kate Holm to accept her award for Fingal Clan Leader. Alongside with Kay, we'd also like to invite Mary Ingalls up to the stage for a Clan Leader Award.
Representing Dermot, we would like to invite Kate Finlay up for a Clan Leader Award. I can do it. Okay. You want to do it? Okay. Next up is Niamh Cameron, also for Clan Leader of Dermot. And for Clan Leader of Ossian, we'd like to invite Eva Joss. The other Clan Leader of Ossian will be awarded to Pierce Macbeth. And for the Clan Leaders who could not make it tonight, we would like to give a special mention to Ewan McPherson and Innes Monroe. To round off the Senior Pupil Leadership Team Awards for the last year behind us, I would like to present Hannah Crowe with the Head Girl Award.
Finally, we would like to thank Angus Files for his contribution to the school over the last year and in turn award him with the Head Boy Award.
Wait. Right, there's the old head boy and the old head girl. Right, so every year I have the great privilege, to spend lots of time with many people, but in particular the SPLT, because it's a leadership role and I have to teach them about leadership, what little I know about it anyway. And I spend much more time with the head boy and head girl than I do anyone else in the school. In fact, I can't get rid of them. They were talking about eating biscuits and all that in Eileen's room. They just eat as many of my biscuits as well, and I'm a tight East Coaster and I'm quite friends with that. However, to honour them in particular, because I spend so much time with them, every year I like to give my head boy and my head girl a wee extra gift other than the school prize. And every year I sit for a couple of days and I make the head boy a knife, or sorry, a ski and do, so that he can take it to the next stage in life. And I sit and I take the time to make these individually because of the amount of time that these two spend helping me be a better leader. And so I think that I equally should spend the same level of effort trying to help my youngsters, or reward my youngsters I should say. So I've made yet another ski and do for this year's head boy, and so thank you very much, Angus, for everything you've done. Now, I've probably spent more time with the head girl because everybody knows that the head girl is really in charge of the head boy, and so the head girl spends more time with Hedy, making sure that we're in the right direction and that. However, the head girls tend not to want ski and do's. They would much rather have jewellery, and so instead of making the jewellery, because I'm not very good at that particular thing, I go out and buy it, and that is equally from the heart for all the work, all the commitment, and all the friendship that I get from this fair. And so, Hannah, you get lovely jewellery rather than the big one. Thank you very
We would now like to introduce our senior people leadership team for this coming year. So first up is our Dermy clan leaders, Katie Primrose and Alex Welsh. This year's Fingal clan leaders are Eliza Babington and Cara Simpson.
Our Ocean clan leaders are Sophie Houston and Megan Day. I don't think we'll get to the photo now. And finally, our Summerlade clan leaders are Andrew Boyle and Ben McCorkdale. I'm just like tearing up that.
The next prize is the top academic award in the school. It's been awarded since 1893, where a Mr. McPhee donated a £5, although a £5 was a lot of money in 1893. He donated a £5 towards the production of the Ducks Award, and it's a rather lovely gold medal that we award. Oh, look at that, that's cool. That we award every year. OHS Ducks, and then it's the McPhee medal at the back. It's a very special award because it recognises the person in the school who has attained the highest qualifications in the school, and that's all qualifications. It could be any subject. We mentioned our new subject of photography, as well as our traditional qualifications like history. And every year this becomes more and more difficult. This year it was exceptionally difficult because we had such a high crop of awards. And so I think that when it gets to that stage, when it's hotly contested, that the recipient should take great pleasure and great pride in accepting an award in a time when youngsters are so good at what they do, so successful. And this year's recipient pipped a couple of other youngsters who had 5 Band A1s in their hires, which is a fabulous set of qualifications in any normal year. And and we had another youngster who had 6, although they were Band 2s, but to get 6 hires in the same year is a fantastic achievement as well. But there has to be one winner, and that one winner, that highest attainer this year, came top in higher French, came top in higher chemistry, came top in higher maths, and came top in higher art and design, as well as having 5 A Band 1s. And I would like you to be all upstanding in celebration for the proud achievement for Edie Elliott, Oban High School's Ducks 2022.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I'm not scripted to be here or to be speaking tonight, but I just feel I have to say a few words in that, first of all, it's a great privilege and a joy to be here and to soak up the talent that's in this school. I think we are so very lucky in this area to have a school with such diversity. And looking after all aspects, we have, I've just heard what the Ducks has achieved, and there were many others with similar qualifications, but it's equally important for those who perhaps are not as academic, but do have the opportunity to go out into the world with a positive attitude. I think team working is hugely important. And as I was saying earlier on, communication, just communicating with the people around you, communicating with the community, your parents very much, first and foremost, but your friends as well. I think your school days are so formative. It is very, very important to carry it forward. And I have to say, just once again, it has been an absolute pleasure, and I congratulate Mr. Bain, all of the prize winners, the past head boy and head girl who I've worked with in the Parent Council, and like you, found Princess Anne's visit a little daunting, but we got there. And I really would like to just say congratulations to yourselves, the new head boy and head girl, Dylan, and my mind's gone blank. Julia. I should remember that. I've got a Julie. Anyway, just to say good luck. I'm sure that you'll be every bit as successful next year. So, and just before I go, talking of team working, I have to say, and I'll take this opportunity because it probably is the last time we will be officiating, if you like. I'd just like to say that Roddy has been a fantastic colleague. He is both a friend and a colleague, and has supported, I hope we've supported each other through many years. So thank you very much, everyone.
Heritage is a very important thing for a historian, but it should equally be as important for a school community. I talked earlier about the need to move forward in the 21st century and to make sure that we got all these skills that are going to make us work ready and improve our life chances as we go forward in the 21st century. But equally, we need to look back to learn from the success and the failures of the past. We have to continue to learn It's an ongoing process. And sometimes we can look really quite far back, all the way to 1893, for example, with the success of the Ducks Award, the establishment of the Ducks. Make sure we recognise the highest attainment in academic endeavour. School was actually founded in 1890. The Ducks didn't start till 1893. This trophy here is from 1950. It's our clan shield. There's very little left of the history, you can tell, in this fancy new building, but we've put a lot of the heritage right in the front of the building. There's the Ducks board. There's our war memorial from 1921. Actually, the oldest thing that we have is the school badge from the old school, the stone badge. So when you're leaving the school out the main door, as well as looking up at all the boards, we're looking at the trophy cabinet, which is a copy of the one in the new camp in Barcelona. Don't know what gave me that influence, but when you're walking out, look up at the boards and look back at the success of generations of youngsters, and you'll maybe recognise a lot of the names. Perhaps even some of you are on these boards. They recognise the Ducks. They recognise the school captains, the head boys and the head girls. And most recently I established a leadership programme in the school, starting in 2011, and also on the boards, the same level as the clans, etc., is the clan leader boards. And we've just seen a parade of fabulous young people who have received that accolade. But on the way out is the school badge, one of the original items from the school. There's not many left. That's the oldest item. Until I thought that was the oldest item in the school, until this is just a wee side story, by the way. Until I said to my technician, Davy Ferguson, I said, look, we're setting up the stage this way. I want to put the clan shield somewhere next to the flowers, make it look nice, make it look pretty, but I need a wee plinth for it. Go and make me a plinth. And now I did tell him that about an hour before we were due to kick off, so he laughed at me as usual and said I'm being ridiculous. But he went off and he found me something as equally as old as the stone badge on the outside. And he actually found me timbers from the original school. We salvaged a couple of timber struts from the roof of the old school dating back to 1890, so the badge is not the only thing. Maybe not look as pretty as the badge, but these timbers that shield's sitting on is from the old school. So I just thought that was a nice wee history story to tell you. Right, so going back to the shield. The shield is originally a sporting competition. So it was between originally there used to be only 3 clans to begin with, and then a 4th clan was added to the mix. And it was a sporting competition. And again, given what I said in my introduction about what I feel to be important in life, which is about breadth of opportunity, breadth of ability. Instead of just making it a sporting trophy, the clans are able to get points. The first points they get are from their academic endeavour. So all the exam results that have just come in, they get points depending on which qualifications they got, etc. They then go to the Highland Games. And my thanks to the Argyllshire Gathering. I don't know if anybody's ever seen Kevin McGlynn's excellent pictures in the Oban Times year after year about the Oban Games. But so you've got the Oban Games on the Thursday, and then our kids don't go and just run about a field, a traditional sports day. They go into the exact same field as the Oban Games, and all the marquees and all the heraldry, and they have running about a pitch, as you would expect, but equally they've got heavies, and the Argyllshire Gathering actually donated a solid silver trophy for that, and there's art competitions, and there's bakery competitions, and there's fun events and all the rest of it. So the kids clock up points for that as well, because athletic, sporting, charity work that goes on at the Oban Games as well, that's equally as important in recognising the success as academic endeavour from the first set of points that go in. And so too is our social responsibility, because the next set of points that they get are clan points that are awarded because they have maybe been helping out the guides or the brownies or the scouts, or maybe they have been helping at one of the local old folks' homes. Maybe they've been taking part in musical endeavours to entertain the community in some way. Maybe they're supporting a charity. Actually, looking at Dylan there, he's just reminded me that we took part in a youth philanthropy initiative where lots of our youngsters formed groups and did presentations to promote charities in our town. And Dylan's group, they won £3,000 for the Dove Centre. So they also got clan points for that, because I feel it's important that we play our part in society and we play a part for the local community. So they get points for the academics, they get points for sport, and they get points for charity work. And I think that needs to be recognised, that holistic nature of all we do. This is the most hotly contested thing that we have, actually. Well, it goes in two parts. At the moment, they're all hyper because they're trying to win it in the Highland Games. And again, hopefully, I've not seen the Open Times. I believe I'm running in a kilt or something in the Open Times. But you'll see all the colourful endeavours there because the clans are all cheering. There's hundreds of them cheering everybody on in the clans. It's a real competitiveness about this clan spirit that they have at the start of the year, all the way up to Christmas when we have Christmas competitions and all the rest. It calms down a wee bit as in the run up to the exams, and we try and get them a bit grounded for their exams, and then it all kicks off again in the summer. But the level of interest in this is superb. So I told you there's an accumulation of points, and at the end of the year, and we count up all the points, and I've left the sheet over there. You tried to have a sneaky peek, didn't you? So, at the end of the year, they all want to know who's got the trophy. And this trophy will go into the new camp trophy cabinet, and it will only have one ribbon on it, and that one ribbon will stay there for the whole year, and all the lights in the trophy cabinet will change from its individual distinct colours to one colour, and what colour is that going to be? Now, I'm going to give it in reverse order, a bit like the sports. Sadly, a former winner of this trophy, twice, Fingal have won this trophy, but sadly, Fingal, you were pipped at, it was very close. It was, all the scores are very close, but Fingal, you didn't quite make it this year. I know you've won it before, right? And for the last year, it's been a particular colour. That colour's been red, and red is ocean. And I should really leave the red on, but obviously I'm not going to because I've mentioned Ocean and given the game away. And so Ocean, you came third. But again, it was very close. In fact, the difference between Ocean and the next colour I'm about to mention is only 24,000. It's only a few hundred. And so the trouble when I get to this bit is that if I take the second place ribbon away, you're going to know who the winner is. So I'm just going to announce it. Okay? So the winner of the Clan Shield, recognising the charity work, recognising the sporting success, and recognising academic endeavour and pride of place to the winning clan in that trophy cabinet is going to be Summerland. Thank you very much, everyone. I'm going to end the evening by passing over to my current head boy and head girl. So this is the last you'll hear from me. You'll be glad to know, speed things up a wee bit. But I'd like to just leave you with a repeat of my message. A heartfelt thank you very much for all you do for our youngsters, all you do for the school community, for the school. I really do appreciate it. Without your support, the gig would be a lot harder. And I wish you all a safe journey home. Thank you.
Before we close the proceedings this evening, we would like to thank everyone involved in making tonight's celebration a success. So first off is Roddy McCush for his inspiring speech he gave earlier on. And next is Elaine Robertson for coming tonight and helping us with all the awards. Thirdly is Kirsty Baxter from the Rotary Club. Thank you very much. I'd also like to thank all the performers and their instructors, Callan for playing the pipes, Gregor and Francesca for their great brass duet, the trad group, and of course the string group. Thank you very much. I'd also like to thank the Parent Council for their continuous support of the school throughout the entire year and helping to organise the prize giving.
We would also like to thank our technicians and janitors for their sound and lighting support, especially Lee Murray for our flower arrangements. We'd like to thank Kevin McGlynn, our photographer, this evening. And we'd like to give a big thank you to Oban High School's teachers for their continuing support throughout the year, in particular Mr. Bain, Mrs. Jackson and Miss Cameron for organising tonight. Finally, we would like to thank you all for listening, and we look forward to seeing you all at the next one in 2023.